ladies and gentlemen, Rapid Chess here, and today we'll look at the game between Magnus Carlsen and Maxim Shelograf. So this is the last game of the World Championships, not last, but they had a tie-break, so whoever wins this game, he should have played in the playoffs against Duda. Okay, so let's see. Of course, Magnus is always favorite in this kind of events. He's an excellent Blitz player, but MVL didn't start really good. He didn't have, I think, so much Blitz results, but later he became world champion, so obviously that's deserved. E5. It's normal to use your home preparation against, not home preparation, but World Championship preparation, and we know all that that's one of the reasons why World Champions are so valuable players, because when they play the World Championships, they can accumulate a lot of ideas, and they have a lot of people who want to help them, and they spend a lot of time preparing, so after that they play on this preparation for quite a long time. MVL goes for the Ruy Lopez, bishop e7. This is the setup which Magnus uses, and now if we go c3, then it's Marshall. So obviously you don't want to play against Marshall counterattack in Blitz, because it gives black so much counterplay. d3. There is no much to comment here. I think it's of course there is a lot of theory behind it, but these moves are all standard. Yeah, you just you want to take the d4 square from the knight, you want to play bishop c2 later, or maybe not, and you want to place your knight here and here, and this dark square bishop is kind of waits for his moment to join the game. So MVL plays for puts knight in the center. There is no big difference. I think I'd play here just to play bishop e3 at some point. h3 and knight h2. So this is plan of MVL to move the knight to g4 and then start offense on the king side. d5. I'll turn on the engine. So I think Magnus was still on his prep, and this is pretty interesting. Yeah, that in this position only one move saves the advantage for white. He should have played this, and they could have exchanged. And according to engine, take with the queen. And this position is considered to be just a little bit better for white. And already MVL made a mistake. He took and played queen f3. This is an like reference to Nepomniachtchi against Carlsen, the first game of the match. Kind of semi-martial, but this is totally different. Of course, knight h4 gives black actually big advantage. He takes. Notice that now if he takes with the queen, then this pawn is captured, and black wins immediately, basically, so he has to take the queen. And this position is -2, yeah, so Magnus just out of nowhere outplayed with black MVL. But obviously Magnus was very prepared opening-wise, but kind of didn't have this final touch to win all these games. Queen takes d3, engine shows this idea here, and rook b6 and going to g6. This is very strong, of course, yeah, but he didn't find it. He just captured the pawn. Rook g4, and Magnus played queen h3, which engine considers a mistake. like the best move is just takes here. Yeah, but obviously you want to play on this king side, and this again is a mistake. So queen d5 was again a really strong move, and it appears that really hard to defend this pawn. If you play here, then the rook is hanging, yeah, and if you go here, then after queen takes, it's mate in 4 moves, yeah, even though there are a lot of pieces here, but black has hopeless position. But okay, so they played this, MVL took, and rook to d8. So again, very standard, maybe not that standard, but black has better king. Black has rook for 2 pieces and a couple of pawns. So I'd take black here. I think black has an advantage. Basically, they have such an easy plan. And Magnus spent a lot of time here thinking. He played the best move, king h8. Not sure why, but he spent like half a minute here. Knight e3. You don't want to exchange queens. Knight to f1. And for this move I don't really like, don't really understand it. Probably he wanted to play something like to move the rook up, but I just have feeling that this pawn gives up important squares. Bishop c5 is suggested by the engine. Knight g3, bishop e3. Still black has some advantage, doesn't want to exchange, so he takes, and rook to d3. Again, with this pawn here, should it be on e5, we could have this plan going with f4, but now it's not that dangerous. F5, rook moves back, king moves up. Still black has advantage because this king is really weak, yeah, but now I think white has also some counterplay, yeah, going on. They have this rook which can join the attack, yeah, and they control c5, they can play bishop to d4 and show that black also has king. Bishop f4, attacking the pawn. And again, in this position, black has advantage, yeah, so maybe this rook h1 wasn't the best idea, but unfortunately here Magnus just gave up this pawn. He should have played queen c6 and containing big advantage. Here black should have played e3, queen f7, and this was the final mistake after bishop e5. Magnus just totally lost track here, yeah. Black is losing, yet they can defend against this threat because the rook is attacked and they have this threat. And if you play here, then just bishop takes and they lose all their pieces. Alright, thank you very much for watching and see you next time.